My name is Orlando Santiago Jr. I grew up in the Lathrop Homes, a housing project in Chicago, Illinois. And when I was a kid, He-Man was my hero. Still is, in fact. He was smart, strong, kind, helpful, understanding. He never talked down to you. And whenever you needed him, he was there. There was nothing he couldn't do. No one he couldn't best. He's fought Superman and won. He can take out the Hulk. He can move mountains, wrestle with dragons, giant spiders, you name it. So long as he could hold up his magic sword and chant the words by the power of Grayskull, I loved He-Man. I wanted to be just like him. And the first step in my mind was to get myself a sword of He, the Trollop word for power. That's me at 4 years old, holding my first sword of power and a random book I was reading at the time. With that piece of plastic, I had the power. As I grew up and the plastic sword was broken and mysteriously thrown out, I began to like other shows, other characters, but in my heart, there was only one character that could best them all. Even now, there is but one He-Man. No. No. Nah. Hell nah. Close. Very close. Ew, no. Kevin Smith ruined that one. Him. That's the man right there. The one and only true master of the universe. As an adult, I searched for the sword, but to my dismay, I never got one. A real one, an authentic one. Until I came across a leprechaun at the Bristol Renaissance Fair. No, not just a leprechaun, but the Leprechaun King himself, Awesomfinity. Those who have been fortunate enough to pass by his beef jerky stand as he yelled out, "Meat candy!" and "I see you looking at my meat," know how incredible he and his craft is. One day during a conversation, we spoke about old shows, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and his favorite, Thundercats. And of course, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. When the fair was over for the season, we kept in touch, and one night he calls me and tells me, "Orlando, make a blueprint of that sword. I can make it." I know I asked him to repeat it because how? How? And he said, "I'm going to make you the sword of power." And that was it. I didn't have Orko or the most powerful trollops in Eternia or Trolla or Earth. What I did have was the Leprechaun King, forging the most powerful sword of my childhood under the Texas sun.
Shining it up pretty like. Obviously not a flame retardant shirt. No fire retardant shirt.
It took a while, and when it was done, he said, "Come and get it." I didn't think. I couldn't jump in my car fast enough. From Chicago to Texas, I drove like Hordak was on my heels, re-listening to every Spectre Creative YouTube video along the way. And when I got there, I stepped into the shop not as an adult, but as a 4-year-old boy. I didn't even want to touch it. It shined as if it was polished by the sorceress herself. I felt like if I touched that sword, it would vanish, and I'd wake up in Chicago realizing it was all just a dream. But no, it was real. Awesomfinity had forged the sword of He and said, go show it to everyone. Fantasy made real through art. Because of the Leprechaun King, so many people have been able to raise this magic sword above their heads, their inner child cheering them on as they speak the magic words burned into our psyche. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. This meant everything.
I have